Jerusalem, the year 1217, a city sacred to three great faiths, standing at the crossroads of continents, cultures, and empires. For centuries, Jerusalem has been shaped by conquest, devotion, and the relentless flow of pilgrims who cross deserts, mountains, and seas to reach its walls. By 1217, during the era of the Crusader kingdoms, the city reflects both the fragility and the resilience of this layered history. Dawn arrives gently over the surrounding hills. The first light touches stone walls worn smooth by centuries of wind and footsteps. The city emerges in warm hues, limestone buildings clustered along steep streets, watchtowers rising at intervals, and courtyards framed by arcades and carved wooden doors. From above, Jerusalem appears as a tapestry of roofs, domes, and fortifications, each bearing the marks of successive rulers. The streets begin to stir. Merchants pull open shutters on narrow shops built directly into the walls of the city. Bakers light their ovens, sending the scent of fresh bread into the cool morning air. Water carriers move between wells and homes, the sound of sloshing jars echoing through the alleys. Pilgrims gather in small groups, clutching walking staves and cloth bundles, preparing to visit the city's sacred places. Jerusalem in this period is a blend of cultures. Latin Christians, Eastern Christians, Muslims, and Jews live within the walls, each community maintaining its own traditions and rhythms. Languages mingle in the markets: Latin, Arabic, Greek, Armenian, Syriac, and the everyday dialects of travelers from across the Mediterranean. Despite political tensions and shifts of power, daily life weaves these voices together into a complex urban tapestry. The Crusader influence appears in many aspects of the city's architecture and organization. Stone ramparts have been reinforced with new towers. Streets near administrative quarters follow European patterns, broader and more orderly than the dense older neighborhoods. Monastic buildings, hospices, and fortified residences reflect a world structured around pilgrimage, defense, and religious authority. Yet much of the older city remains unchanged. Winding alleys, stair-stepped streets, and courtyard houses shaped by centuries of local tradition. Markets form the vibrant heart of Jerusalem's economy. Under vaulted roofs or simple awnings, merchants display textiles, spices, metalwork, pottery, and goods arriving from distant ports. Camels and donkeys pass through busy lanes, carrying supplies from surrounding villages. The marketplace is more than a place of trade. It is where news circulates, news of distant battles, shifting alliances, and the movements of armies and pilgrims. Throughout the city, religious devotion leaves a strong imprint on daily life. Pilgrims move steadily through streets toward holy sites, maintained by different communities. Processions occasionally pass through the city, their chants rising and fading with the wind. Incense drifts from open doorways. Stone steps, worn by countless feet, testify to the deep continuity of worship across centuries. Jerusalem is also a city of fortification. The political climate of the early 13th century remains tense, with Crusader forces holding territory in a region where rival powers compete for influence. Soldiers patrol certain streets, their armor catching the morning light. Gates are monitored carefully. Yet for many residents, this military presence is simply part of the city's fabric, another layer added to a long history of conflict and transition. As midday approaches, the city glows under the strong Levantine sun. Shadows sharpen along the edges of walls and arches. Streets become quieter as people seek shade beneath canopies, inside cool stone chambers, or in the shelter of courtyards planted with fig trees and vines. Water trickles from fountains into stone basins, offering relief from the heat. When evening arrives, Jerusalem softens again. Lanterns flicker in windows and along narrow passages. The city settles into a calm that contrasts with the uncertainties of the world beyond its walls. From the ramparts, one can see the surrounding hills fade into darkness, the desert stretching out like a vast and silent witness to the centuries. Jerusalem in 1217 stands at a moment of balance, a city of faith, conflict, resilience, and renewal. Its stones carry the memory of ancient kingdoms and the weight of competing visions. Its people, diverse in origin and belief, share the same narrow streets and depend on the same wells, markets, and walls. This is the city of Crusaders, but also the city of merchants, monks, craftsmen, scholars, and pilgrims. A crossroads of worlds and a testament to the endurance of human devotion. A place where history gathers in layers, waiting to be rediscovered.